I have a charger if you need it.
That's good. Welcome to the Triggered Podcast. Featuring Shiloh, Bellinghausen,
David Collins,
Blake Chancellor.
So, what is up? What do we do on the show? What do we do?
We
talk about sports
other things.
and other things.
That's essentially
What are these things? What did we talk about? Last time we talked about leggings.
leggings and if they are or
We
are
talked
not
about-
underwear. Check it out if you haven't seen it or heard it.
First of all, so aren't you going somewhere this upcoming week?
Sunday.
Sunday, wow.
Yeah, I am leaving the country. I'm going to Thailand. For
Really?
It's just casual.
2.5 weeks. So,
Jeez.
yep.
Huh,
Gonna
awesome.
be.
So I have some questions for you for Thailand. Since you're going to Thailand, I have a couple questions. First of all, what's the capital of Thailand? Do you know the capital of
I am 95% sure the capital of Thailand is Bangkok.
Yes,
I
you're
hope it
right.
is. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Next, first, other question.
First, other.
First, what is the main religion in Thailand?
Hinduism. And there's also like probably second is Buddhism.
Yes.
Buddhism.
At first, I was like, is that the same thing? But no.
No,
It's not the same thing.
Buddhism, yes. It's
I knew that.
95% Buddhism.
Jeez, Shiloh did.
All right,
some
so
Yeah, you.
Alright, forget
hold
all
on,
this.
pause.
What?
I like to think you're just like.
work. Is Shiloh
Blake's
going
going
on the trip?
Blake's
Shiloh,
going to
are you
Thailand.
coming with me?
I'm gonna do some research and make sure he's equipped to go to Thailand.
All right, next, less serious question. All right.
All right.
So apparently there's this zoo called the Chiang Mai Zoo
Bless
in
you.
Thailand that's like pretty famous, and so the pandas are a big deal at that zoo.
Yep.
So where'd they get the
Panda.
pandas from?
Where
Where'd they
do
get the pandas from? Like what?
Presumably,
It wasn't from Thailand. Like what country
I
gave
would
it to
say
them?
China. But I don't know why China would be handing out their pandas.
Well, you
So-
got that right, China.
Yeah.
In 2003.
Why do you know?
Two more questions. All
Okay.
Where
right,
did
two
2003
more.
come from?
I'm ready for this
That's
test.
that's what the thing said.
Oh, I thought you said and 2003. I was like,
October of 2003. They got the
Okay.
pandas from China.
it's a very weird thing to just
Okay,
know.
two more things. All right. So there's this person named Supatra Not Sasuphan,
And bless you again.
and he or she is very famous in Thailand. What is he or she known for? Like what? He is the like the blank child.
Destiny's Child.
That gives you no hint at all, but
Is this person? Is it? I can't tell if it's a he or she.
I can't either.
He said he and then messed up.
It might be a he, but that doesn't even do anything.
What's their name?
No, it's gonna be. It's gonna ruin it. You
I
can
would.
look at it
I would
after.
just guess like
Yeah,
a
no, we don't-
famous, like painter. I don't know.
Painter. Okay, you're wrong. It's the home of the hairiest child.
It's a home.
Hairiest?
No, the person is the hairiest child ever.
Is he still a child?
It might be. Look her up. Look her up. Look
What is her name?
Is that a her?
Supatra. Supatra. Not. So yeah.
Oh my! Whoa! We will find.
What? Yes, that's
Okay.
real life.
That was
All
fun.
right, last one.
Don't
Last
do
one.
that.
Last one.
We'll try to find a way.
Out
to put a
of
picture
all
up,
the
maybe.
birds in the world, how much percent is in Thailand?
Wait, are they wilderness birds or
They
park
might.
birds?
I don't know. I didn't go that deep.
Are these wilderness birds or park birds?
They might be both. I'm not sure.
Okay. It's probably a large amount because you're asking the question. So I'm gonna guess like 23%.
Wrong. But you went way over 10%.
Oh.
10% birds. But I mean,
That's-
it's still like Thailand's not that huge at
Yeah.
all.
So
But yeah, 10%. So you're gonna see a lot of birds in Thailand. Are you ready for the birds?
I'm gonna be bird watching, I guess, on the side.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. All right. So all that. Let's forget Thailand. Let's go on. Let's
No,
talk about.
don't
what
forget
y'all wanna-
Thailand, it's
let's
important.
forget Thailand. Let's go back to America. All right. So what's happening in sports today? What's the big news? What's happening?
Big thing
We
today.
got Warriors Spurs conference finals. Spurs beat the Rockets last night. James Harden kinda choked.
Choked. Like just.
He did not. He wasn't there. I don't think that was James Harden.
It's like he just didn't care. It's like he just gave up again. And this is like
he just gave up again.
this just happens
Yeah,
a lot
this
with
has
James
happened. I
Harden.
don't know why this is happening
Like,
so much.
He gets to the end of the year and he's like, I don't want to do it anymore. This is dumb. I want to go on a beach somewhere with a Kardashian, and that's what Harden does, right?
Yeah. Did y'all see like he went to the club, like 2 clubs last night? He went to like a normal club, and then after the normal club, he went to a gentleman's club.
Oh.
Where did you see this?
It was on like Sports Center or something. Yeah, it was like it's real. So it's like I don't know. I think honestly, I think James Harden was high. I don't know. Cause there was nothing. He was doing nothing. He didn't take a shot in the first quarter. He was just like.
So the only logical explanation.
I mean, what else? He didn't. That wasn't him, but his face looked like him.
I think he just gave up.
I don't.
After game.
That wasn't him, but his face looked
Yes,
like
it
someone
wasn't
is
him, so
impersonating James Harden.
Somebody else was in James Harden last
All right,
night.
Stephen A. Smith. All right, Stephen A. No, I think he just gave up because after they lost Game 5, when they lost Game 5 with no Kawhi Leonard in the fourth quarter or overtime,
Yeah.
he was like, you know what, this is over.
You should go to the Clippers.
James Harden?
Yeah.
I would seriously hate the Clippers
I
to
don't
a
know.
new level.
They need to do something new.
James Harden, he just because when he's not doing a thing, nobody else is going to do a thing. Because literally the whole offense is him. He's just going to drive in, kick it out, drive in, get a foul, or shoot it. Like
When
it's such a YMCA offense.
And when it's not James Harden, they're kind of live and die by the three.
Yeah.
And it's just like, D'Antoni's a good coach. Well, I don't know if he's a good coach because he has one system that has to be run by a great player, and if the great player isn't playing great, then they're a very mediocre team. And
it's risky.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I feel like Harden was like protesting that last night,
like Rondo protested the Mavericks at one time, but it's not taking the ball off court.
They're that like
sorry to bring that up.
They're that random team on 2K where it's like 90 offense, 67 defense.
They're just a 2K team.
Like it's just
honestly
so bad.
I'm so glad they lost because they were one of my least favorite teams to watch this NBA season because
they were interesting.
Okay? You either had to watch them or the Spurs.
I'd rather watch the Spurs.
They're so boring to watch.
Yeah, but
They're
at least
not
they
that
don't.
boring.
They're pretty boring.
They're stereotypically boring.
The Rockets just don't play basketball. Like they just it's basketball, but it's like it's YMCA basketball.
It's like when older people play basketball and they just a lot of passes. It works though. So I mean, hey.
It's like us when we go play basketball at the park and we get called the Spurs.
Yeah.
That's the basketball I like to see.
I still think though Harden is better than Kawhi. Based off just valuableness, with no Kawhi, they're still like really good.
That's because Popovich outcoached D'Antoni.
Yes, but like
Popovich
that's
like
coaching wise.
Everybody.
Well, yeah, but like Harden, just based off like valuableness, taking Harden off the team, they won't make the playoffs. They were a 3 seed.
Okay.
Just mainly
how about
Harden.
this? How about
just
this?
valuableness.
All right, valuable, yes. Better player.
Okay, so you're starting a team. You're starting a team, and you have James Harden or Kawhi Leonard. Don't worry about what team.
Starting a team.
They're the 2 players you can pick from. Are you still picking James Harden?
Yeah.
You're
James.
ridiculous.
Except if he didn't like choke on these like postseason
you know
losses,
everything you know about him now, but he's just a free. He's just on his own, just one player.
On his own.
Both
what do you
of them.
mean on his own?
Like you're building a team from scratch, and you're starting from either Kawhi Leonard, everything you know about Kawhi Leonard right now, and everything you know about James Harden.
That's
right
tough. I don't know.
That's easy for me.
It's not easy.
I'm
It's
absolutely going.
I might take Kawhi after I think about it because he's also a great defensive player.
Well, you got time to think about it.
So, it's like 51 Harden, 49 Kawhi. Like they're both great, but
I see the argument for it.
I
just because how much offense is taking over the NBA right now, but I still go Kawhi.
Yeah, I've just seen Harden get taken out of too many games here in the playoffs, and Leonard literally took over games against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, do you remember that when we were recording our last?
I mean, Harden outplayed Kawhi like 4 out of the 5 times.
That's because he
in
had
the
to.
series. Yeah.
That's because he had to though. Kawhi doesn't really have to outplay Harden to win those games, as you saw by Kawhi not being present for part of those games.
I don't know. Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I don't know. So like now it's the Warriors Spurs. What any predictions,
Warriors.
previews? How many? Well, yeah. but,
Warriors.
like, how many
Warriors.
games?
Warriors in
7? No.
6,
I don't know.
6. Warriors in 6.
6 is the safe. I honestly, I don't know, because like Popovich, his I think that may have been like one of his best coaching like series of all time.
You going for the upset?
No, but like the way he adjusted after that game 1 blowout and just like the defensive adjustments he made, like kind of gave me some faith that, you know, he can like throw together a scheme that could maybe not get destroyed by the Warriors. And so, especially if Leonard's healthy, I could see this going 6.
You know what? Last round, I was bold with saying independently, not on the podcast, that I said the Rockets were going to win.
Yeah, you did say
so
that.
I'm going to go bold again. Spurs in 6. I'm going for it. Book it. Spurs in 6.
No.
If Spurs go in 6,
No.
LeBron's going to win his
I don't
title
know.
for sure.
Spurs in 6. I'm going
Warriors in 5 because I don't think Kawhi is 100% healthy. I think he will be about 80% healthy for the first couple games of the series.
Patty Mills is going to go off.
I don't know, but if the Warriors were serious, they would sweep them. But you know how they are. There's like, we're the best team ever, so we're just going to like shoot threes and play layups. But with that, I think the Spurs have the biggest chance out of any other Western Conference team to beat the Warriors.
I
wanted the
they're the
matchup
last
last
ones
year.
left.
I wanted the matchup last year.
Oh yeah,
the
last year
stupid
would have
Thunder.
been better.
But yeah, because if the Rockets won, it'd been another like Thunder Warriors high pace. But Spurs are gonna like, it's gonna be a little different. It's not gonna be like
Manu
high pace like crazy.
I think like a big thing about the Rockets Spurs series was that Nene got hurt, and so they were having to play Ryan Anderson at center.
Manu
And in this place, it won't be Ryan Anderson at center. It's gonna be Draymond Green.
Manu, all my friends are dead. Ginobili is gonna take over this Warriors series and just.
I'm appreciating this late Manu greatness.
I'm not.
I'm like, it gets me in my feelings.
Greatness.
It
He
gets
had
me
12 points.
Yes,
12
39-year-old
points.
and a game-winning block. Like
Dirk
a
would have
legend.
dropped 20.
Nah, still, but like he's like has the bald spot and like the Euro lanky thing.
All right.
One of those things.
And Tony like
he has a bald spot in the Euro lanky thing.
no, like because I feel bad for him too because his friend retired last year, and Tim Duncan.
His friend.
And then his other friend, like his ankle died, and he might be his career-ending injury. So he's the only one.
I'm telling you, Manu,
he's
all
the only
my
one
friends
left.
are dead. Ginobili.
Yes, all his friends are dead. Like he's the only one alive.
By the way, I hate that song.
I kind of like it, but I feel punk when I feel like I have a lip ring when I sing that song.
So I think LaMarcus Aldridge can't play nearly as bad as he did this series if they want to win a single game.
I completely forgot he was on the Spurs.
Yeah,
He was
I wish he was better.
Yeah,
He was great yesterday, but that was rare.
That was very rare, and I think like the only time he's been great this whole playoffs. It's crazy because last year he was averaging 40 a game in the first 2 games against the Thunder.
Jeez.
And now he's
casual.
it's cool if he gets like 15.
I feel like he doesn't fit. That's just like
He's
overreaction type of
definitely
situation.
bought, not built.
Is
They were looking to trade him like over the summer a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of heard rumors.
I remember that.
Is it hard to not fit in with the Spurs and then he managed to do so? Because Pop is going to find something to do with you.
Him and Gasol, like, I thought it was really cool how Pop ended up finding a way to use him and Gasol at the same time, even though they're both super slow and unathletic against the Rockets. So Pop was able to use him a little bit. He's not going to be the crazy scorer, but against the Warriors, if he has like Draymond Green on him, he needs to score.
He needs to like post up and not do a fadeaway jumper.
And probably wear a cup.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
definitely.
Wear a
2
cup.
cups.
LaMarcus Aldridge, listen to me. Wear a cup.
We know you're a big fan.
Seriously, wear a cup.
But
bring an extra one.
Like I don't know what he was doing against the Rockets. He was taking so much time in the post. It's like against James Harden. You know, like catch the ball, turn around, and shoot over him. But anyways, so Warriors and I say Warriors and 5, 6 at the most.
Realistically, I say Warriors in 6, but I'm going bold. I'm saying Spurs in 6. The exact opposite.
I don't know. So how about the Eastern Conference? We have the Wizards, Celtics. They're finishing up. That's the worst series ever, because every game has been a 20-point margin, 20-point blowout, except for Game 2.
Shooter's gonna shoot,
but
at home.
It's confusing. I mean, they are the most bipolar teams ever.
It could have been 20-point blowouts in a sweep, which would have been significantly more boring.
Yeah, well, that would have been better for that one team. Well, now they're just like flaking in and out. It's just, I don't know.
I think it's an interesting series.
It's.
If the Wizards win, it's going to be the most boring Eastern Conference Finals. Like, it's not even going to be.
I like John Wall.
I love John Wall. Yeah, John Wall's one of my favorite players.
John
in the NBA,
Wall is showing out.
Who's the best player in that series though? The Celtics Wizards series. Is it IT or John Wall?
IT by just the smallest margin.
John Wall is winning these games with like Gortat doing stuff and Bradley Beal airballing. Like Bradley Beal is like this series he's averaging 10 or 12. I don't know, not official, but I know he's not doing well. And so, but IT has all these bench players and stuff, so just help wise, I feel like if they switch places, the Celtics would cruise. Like if John Wall was on the Celtics,
you think it's that big of a difference?
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, I think it's. I think if you're gonna say either one, it should be by the slightest margin. It shouldn't be. If they switch, that team's going to cruise. Cause
I will say, the Wizards don't have the depth the Celtics have, but if you compare starting lineups, I would almost argue that the Wizards starting lineup has more firepower than the Celtics.
Because the Celtics are, with the exception of Isaiah Thomas, it's a bunch of role players.
Isaiah has to score 30 for them to win. John Wall could score 15 and they could win. So, but like overall, John Wall is probably the better player, but IT is the best scorer.
I love John Wall, but man, that's a good one.
Yeah. Where do y'all see that going tonight?
Game 6.
Game 6. It's in Washington, so
I think the Wizards are gonna win it.
Wizards,
because they're 5-0 at home in the playoffs this year.
And then you can't beat
Boston.
And
then they're gonna lose.
Yeah, you can't win in the Garden on Game 7.
It's literally like 2-2, 1-1-1. Like literally.
Has the home team won every time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those series where Celtics win at 7. Yeah, it's. And so,
who do you guys think would
put up more of a fight against the Cavs?
Yeah.
I see. So the Cavs are a really good rebounding team,
which would
and the Celtics have no rebounding. So I don't think that would go very well. And the Wizards, without any, I think the Wizards would give them a little bit more of a challenge though, just because like they would have one of those nights where every starter scores like 20 points, and it would be a close game. But either one, I think, at most 5 games.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics could get swept though, just because
I
of
feel
their
like the Wizards
problems.
Would put up more, because I feel like they prepare more for the Celtics, especially like these last that one game to end the regular season. They just dominated the Celtics for the fight for the 1 seed, and then the Cavs lost the next 4 games. But like, it's like I think they're more prepared for the Celtics. The Wizards, they'll be like kind of, and with the Wizards, slip 1 or 2 games, and I don't know. But with that, I think the Wizards will put up more fight.
Yeah, but we both have the Celtics winning this series.
Yeah,
so. Yeah. Agreed.
Cavs Warriors round 3.
I never thought I'd be rooting for the Celtics. Like. Because when I got really into basketball, they were, the big 3.
Yeah.
Just tearing it up.
You don't like the good teams?
I like good teams. I just don't like good teams that are good for. I like parity. So I get bored. Like I'm bored of Tom Brady.
I do think we're about to I think we're about to enter in a time of real NBA parity.
I sure hope so.
Once LeBron retires in 8 years.
Because Shiloh disagrees, as you can see by his jersey that is backwards for the camera.
Oh yeah.
But act like you forgot. But I mean. Yeah, LeBron. It gets kind of boring seeing the same person in every year.
Yeah,
but granted, if the Cowboys or Mavericks were doing it every year, it would take 8 years. But eventually, I'd be like, eh.
You would love it.
No, I would love it.
So after 4 Super Bowls, you'd be like, eh.
No,
I'm good.
8.
I don't want to 5. I don't want to 5.
I wouldn't be against it, but I'd be like, I mean, It's fine.
It's so who you like. That's what's
kind of speaking of parody and how a lack of, but like Tom Brady Madden 18 cover again. Well, not him being again, but Gronk was on it last year. Now Brady, 2 straight Patriots on the cover.
I think it's kind of bad for the Patriots.
Yeah, like
because Madden curse.
It's been dead.
It's
been dead since next gen.
Gronk. Wasn't Gronk injured?
Oh,
yes. Gronk's always injured though.
Did he come back?
Odell,
I don't know.
What about Odell?
Odell had a great year after he had.
Besides the whole marrying the field goal.
But I feel like Madden 18 would have been a lot like cooler if they had Dak or Zeke on there.
Dak and Zeke.
Are we biased?
Yes.
Because I agree.
No, like we've 10-year-olds don't care about Brady. 10-year-olds care about Dak.
The NFL.
But, yeah, I see that.
They have the highest merchandise.
Which they topped Tom Brady, which that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
Topping Tom Brady in merchandise sales, and like it was greatest rookie season.
Yeah, and it was like the year Tom Brady was finally starting to get like compared to, and some people put him over Montana. So for Dak and Zeke to be over him in merchandise sales, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
I would say they have to be on it at some point.
Yeah.
They miss a great opportunity for it to be this year.
This was the year.
It'd been cool to have Dak and Zeke and
unless one of them wins MVP.
Really, who would have been the other like options for Madden for the cover?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
That would have been so boring.
So, just say that. Matt Ryan on the cover of Madden 18. I'm sorry, Atlanta Hawks fans, but
Ray Lewis,
Atlanta Falcons.
I just think
I don't know why, but Ray Lewis would be cool on the cover again.
I just think it's like, what's the average customer for Madden? Isn't it like under 18-year-olds?
I actually don't know.
Well, Madden's pretty big, so
yeah, it is, but
I don't know.
I guess 30-year-old, 40-year-olds buy it too. So
I don't know if I guess that's something I could.
That's what I kind of was thinking with the Dak Zeke thing, because like no 12-year-old cares about Brady. Like they don't.
That I will say
alive.
that is a lot of times that age, and then our age is your target audience.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to buy it the most. You're not going to see. You have 30 plus year olds buy it, but
so I don't know.
10-year-olds at Christmas and at summer, which is when Madden comes out, are gonna be like, "Mom, I want this game."
It's America's team.
And then
But the thing about it, if it was not Dak or Zeke, I understand Brady. So.
Oh, for sure.
He had a good year.
If it was Matt Ryan, I would be heated.
The only reason I don't like it is because
thing.
Gronk was just on it. If Gronk wasn't just on it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's just I don't like seeing one team be on it 2 years in a row. It's kind of like, It's a very weird thing to, be like, that's weird.
No, I get it, because it's one franchise. Like,
2 years
spread the load around.
I don't know if that's happened before, but anyway, I'll look that up. Let's go to a different.
Yeah. Also, NBA 2K18 announced their
Legend
edition. Yeah.
Legend edition Shaq. Yeah, and it has like a dual. You could pick the Heat or the Lakers.
I don't want the freaking Heat.
For the Legend, okay, it's for the Legend edition. It's Heat. For the Legend Gold, which is more expensive than the Legend edition, which is probably gonna be like $100 for the Gold edition. Has the Lakers Shaq.
Where's the Magic edition?
That's what I want to know.
So
that's gonna be the normal version.
I don't want to buy $20 extra, so I'm gonna have the Heat Shaq, which is I might have to buy the Laker thing because it's just weird. Like, ugh. I don't think of Shaq as a Heat.
What if there was like the Cavalier Shaq?
The Celtics Shaq.
Shaq.
The Suns, Celtics, Cavs, just 3 of them.
Yeah. That should be on there.
What was it? What was I gonna say? But yeah.
Who would y'all want for the 2K18 like normal edition? Like
Isaiah Thomas.
Ooh,
that'd be cool to me.
Wait. So you said a Legend, and then there's a Legend Gold edition.
Yeah. So like last year they had a Legend edition, Legend Gold.
So are they 2 different covers?
Yes. Legend edition
is the Heat.
Legend Gold is Lakers.
So what's the normal?
We don't know yet.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I thought that was the normal. Oh. I don't know. Thought so. Well, whatever. But I think if they're gonna have a normal player, I feel like IT would be good because he was like the breakout guy this year.
That'd be fun, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Because you've seen LeBron on the cover already, and there's nothing wrong with being on the cover twice.
Kobe's been on it like 30 times.
Not Isaiah Thomas. I'm blanking. Allen Iverson was on like 3 2K covers when it first came out.
Yeah, like in a row. It was 2000, 2001, and 2002.
Yeah.
And then Steve Francis was right after that. And he's like very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar to AI.
So no team has had 2 consecutive Madden covers. So I just looked up, which is interesting.
Well,
yeah, man.
Yeah, LeBron's only been on 1 cover.
Yep.
That was 2K14.
which was fairly recent. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with them being on it again. I'd prefer to see
Just
someone
kind
new.
of. I remember Kobe was on it like back-to-back years. That was stupid.
2K10 and 2K11.
Yeah.
No, I think
9 and 10?
Madden.
All of them.
John Madden was on the cover of 2K. I think Jordan was on the cover of 2K11 because that was the first year he was in 2K.
I think he was 2K12.
Did y'all?
Yeah, 2K11.
I remember
Michael Jordan.
I remember Madden 09, whatever the Brett Favre one
09.
came out. It was because it was after he retired.
Yeah, and so he was a Packer.
It was a Packers.
But then
So
he signed with the Jets.
Yep.
And then they
And so I went extra and like looked up on Google because that would bother me so much, like having the cover and he's not even on the team. Like I looked it up on Google, printed it out, and I slipped it in the cover and replaced the Packers cover.
That is
with my
so
own.
extra.
No, like they had it on.
No,
like,
I know.
they
I
had it
saw
on
him.
stuff. But like that would bother me. That'd be like I don't know, like Tom Brady on the Tom Brady on the Dolphins, and his cover is with the Patriots. It's just.
I remember
weird.
one year there was, or a few years, there was Madden, but it was like in Spanish. And they had, I don't know who the guy was. He was on the Chargers, but like, it was so weird because I saw it at GameStop one day and I was like, okay, so I know Brett Favre is on the cover in the wrong jersey. But who is this dude? Like, and
They had like a Spanish cover, yeah.
Yeah, it was so strange. Like
That's we.
I don't remember this.
This is a bit of a weird.
What Madden was it? 09?
09, yeah.
There's like pictures down there.
Yeah, not David Letterman. Oh man. Yeah. So this is a weird question off the top, but what is y'all's like that y'all can remember your favorite cover?
NBA Live
Madden.
2000. But it's not Madden.
No,
NBA
any
Live
cover.
2005. Carmelo Anthony with the Nuggets.
That's a good one.
The Dreads.
I have that one.
That's one of my favorite video games of all time, and
That's
love
a good
it so
one.
much.
That's a good one.
I think the T-Mac
I love like the Bow Wow intro.
That's mine.
Doesn't the T-Mac have like the one hand?
It's like
thing?
I hate the Rockets,
Yeah.
but T-Mac one is my favorite one.
NBA
because-
Live 07.
Mostly because it's sentimental value. Because it's the first two basketball game I played and owned. I played it all the time. Man.
Yeah.
I like the 2K6 with Shaq. I swore there was a 2K6 edition with a dirt cover. I've never been able to find it. I don't know where I even got that information
You can
from.
make anything.
I think you just wanted it to be.
In my mind, that's what it was.
Is that your favorite sports game?
NBA Live 2005, favorite sports game. I can go 30. I can make all the 3-pointers in the 3-point contest.
So can I. So can
So
I.
can David after like 5 minutes of practice.
We were playing on.
And I'm trash.
We were playing at his apartment one day.
The best
We
shooter
went-
can't do it though.
We went like 16 overtimes.
Oh
I don't
my
even know if that's an
gosh.
exaggeration. Like
I don't think it is.
it was ridiculous because we kept making tying each other.
Overtimes in the 3-point shootout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
That's
like
crazy.
an hour-long 3-point
It
shootout.
was like David would make all 30 of his. I'd make all 30 of mine. He'd make all of his in the OT. I'd make all of mine in the OT.
It was
And
awful.
finally, I don't even know if one of us missed. It's just one of us was able to shoot faster than the other.
Yeah.
It was
Exhausting. My thumb was like purple.
It was
No,
sore.
because then they like shorten it. It'd be like 12. Like how
12
many you can shoot
seconds,
in 30
yeah.
seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was like 11, 12,
We kept getting
13.
12.
And then like somebody got like 13. Like yeah. Then Blake got 13 too.
We're like,
oh
no.
my gosh.
Man, it was fun.
So yeah,
I think
it's like
what was weird is going back to the favorite sports game is there's dogs barking. Is man, I thought Madden 10 was my favorite Madden, but I got it recently, and I hate it so much.
why
I can't
specifically Madden 10.
I don't know why. I think it's Madden 12 that I was thinking of. There was certain things I was thinking of like that I very vividly remember for whatever reason. Like they had like paint splatter behind the players' names on the thing, which is what I remember about it for some reason. I was like, I like that one. That was Madden 10. Got Madden 10. It wasn't that one, and it was awful. So,
I like Madden 09 for the Wii with the motion controls because I
Had that.
just get like 12 sacks a game with DeMarcus Ware.
man,
It's a lot of fun.
the man, the myth, the legend, the future Hall of Famer. Shiloh, favorite sports game? Off the top of your head?
I mean, I think I just said that.
Did you?
NBA something.
NBA,
Oh, like icon, like T-Mac. That's what I was
No,
saying.
like
NBA
favorite
Live
game,
07.
like
Favorite-
to play, sports game.
They're all the same. I mean, like they evolute. Like
I'm a
they
f-
evolution.
Did you just
they
make up a
progress. They progress. I mean,
You don't have to.
I don't
give
have
them-
a pick.
That's
I don't
fine.
have a pick.
Okay.
I just go with
All
it
right,
every year.
So
Yeah, whatever.
moving on to the next topic with that.
So Tuesday night is the NBA lottery.
It is.
It is the first time that I am actually very interested in it.
Me too.
I remember,
and it's kind of sad.
What was it? 4 years ago?
It's kind of weird.
4 years ago, Mavericks won the lottery, but it didn't matter.
Nobody cared.
We were 15.
Yeah.
We were the last possible selection.
Donnie was there, like, I don't want to be here.
There was a 0.9% chance we're going in the one pick, but
now there's a 1.9.
Now we have a 9.
Didn't the Cavs win from this
9%
spot?
chance?
No, I meant like we have the 9th. Isn't it?
And the Cavs have 2 people have won it or become first from the 9th spot.
It's a good spot.
The Chicago Bulls, the year they got Rose, and the year the Cavs got
Bennett
or Wiggins, one of them.
1.7 chance to get the first, 2% chance to get the second, 2.4 to get the third. I would say 9th. This is weirdly specific, but 9th is the last interesting spot in the lottery.
I actually looked it up, and 5 out of the last 7 number 9 picks have turned into All-Stars. Wait, okay, so...
That is true.
So like Gordon Hayward, Jimmy Butler, like there's some good
Butler,
number 9
Kawhi,
picks.
wasn't it Kawhi?
Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Gordon Hayward, I think Rudy Gobert. So there are some good number 9 picks in this
It's a
recent
safe
history.
spot. Like like not a pressure of the top 3 pick.
What is the best spot in this draft? I mean, you'll say number 1, but then you're like, you have so many options
like
you
4.
can bust. That's what I would say,
4.
3 or 4 in this draft especially, because like it's so stacked and like there's Lonzo probably off the board and like this, which would suck for your team if you wanted Lonzo, but like you still are gonna get most likely a really good player at 4.
Like Philly at number 4, though, or if Philly ends up being number 4, the way like if everything falls in order, Lonzo won't be on the board, Markelle won't be, but Josh Jackson probably won't be either. But you still have Tatum, Malik Monk, Dennis Smith. You still have like so many options to choose from, and those are all gonna be starters. So, like. The first pick off the board that won't be a starter probably won't be until like the 10th or 11th. Maybe Malik Monk comes off the bench, but
depending where you
almost the first 10 are guaranteed starting spots.
So Philadelphia could have, in theory, 2 top 5 picks.
Yeah, and
wait, how's that
crazy?
So
if Lakers fall out of
if the Lakers fall out of the top 3
or top 3.
Then Philly gets their pick.
That's crazy.
So
and then Philly will have their pick.
And it's very likely someone jumps the Lakers because last year was the first year in the lottery's history that it has gone in the order it was supposed to.
Which is close to like 30-something years, isn't it?
Since 1985, I believe. So 32 years. Out of 32 years, only once has the lottery gone in complete order.
So
that's so boring.
With that being that it was the same? Or that is the first time it happened?
Like NBA, they gotta do something.
Yeah.
Like they gotta rig it somehow. They gotta make it interesting.
Do you think it's always rigged?
Always?
Yeah, like every year. Do you think someone's
rigged?
Not
always.
I think it's rigged when it's interesting.
Do you think Patrick Ewing is rigged? First one, very first draft, frozen envelope, bent corner.
I don't really know what happened. What was it?
So they essentially started the lottery, and the Knicks were failing as a franchise, and like in not legitimate trouble, but was considered that they might lose their franchise because they're doing so bad. And Patrick Ewing was coming out of the draft, and they implemented a draft lottery, and the Knicks won the first ever draft lottery. And it's like they had this big giant ball they spun. He put his hand in,
especially with big markets like New York
and he grabbed
and LA.
He grabs like 2 envelopes and flips one, and then pulls the bottom one out, which you wouldn't do that normally. So people think it's like frozen or the corner was bent because the corner was bent when he pulled it out. And so that's kind of what
it's easy to rig it, and that's why
especially then
it's like what was it? Orlando.
Yep.
They were the new franchise, and they got the number 1 pick. But then
Shaq.
They got Shaq, and then the next year they were like the 8th, 9th, 10th, right?
Yeah, they were.
And then they
almost
got
in the
jumped
playoffs.
up.
They were like in the 9th or 10th spot, and then they jumped all the way up to 3 or 2 or 3, and ended up getting Penny.
Yeah.
Didn't they draft someone? Traded that guy to
they got the they were the number 2 pick, I believe, and they drafted was it Weber?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and then they traded Weber to whoever had at number 3 to get Penny.
So they didn't need to do that.
They didn't need to do it at all. But they were like, you know what? Since we can, we can.
I think the first one was pretty obviously rigged.
Yeah.
I think the Orlando one was rigged. New franchise. They want it to be successful.
I think the Cavs one was rigged.
Yes.
It's a little convenient.
Every
Cavs
one has been rigged.
Yes.
When they got LeBron, it was rigged.
Not Kyrie.
Kyrie's was
they
rigged.
They had to do that.
Kyrie's was
they
rigged.
They were the worst record.
I thought you were saying Kyrie's wasn't rigged.
Yeah, but,
that was like, how?
But they were like...
So they had to give him.
Yeah,
they had to give that franchise.
They had to give the franchise somebody. And then when the summer LeBron was going to be a free agent again, and they were like, let's give the Cavs Andrew Wiggins to make LeBron want to go back to Cleveland.
Yes.
That was rigged as well.
I
this
agree.
year, I think they're going to rig it to where LA gets Lonzo. Because Magic's now in LA front office.
Yeah.
If LA loses, if LA loses their pick,
I would hate it.
LA cannot lose. They're not going to let LA lose their pick. So
yeah,
if they do,
then it's like.
See, my thing is they can rig it, but they don't want to make it. We sound super crazy conspiracy theorists right now, but they because I do believe they rig it at points. But if last year we thought
it
was
Lakers
Boston
have had the last two
and the Lakers were going to get 1 and 2.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird. But
I mean, the number 2 pick's a good place to be in.
Yeah.
Because then you just pick the guy that the other team didn't pick.
But the Nets are like, wait. Actually, yeah, that's Celtics pick. That's right.
Yep.
I always forget about that. Never mind.
The Nets are just they're done for.
You don't have to worry about the Nets for at least 6 years.
So the top 3 picks, however they fall, what's the most yeah, it's rigged. The top 3.
If it happens that way.
Yeah. Lakers, Celtics,
Lakers, Celtics. If the Knicks wind up in the top 3,
up.
then
Lakers, Celtics, Knicks. That would be perfect. That'd be way too obvious.
I'm out.
Boston, New York, LA.
Man.
No, that'd be too obvious.
See,
that would be the most obvious. Who I want to win it
among
so everybody? Fun. Minnesota.
More than the Mavericks?
No. I want the Mavs to win.
Oh yeah, of course, Mavs. Yeah.
But second would be Minnesota because Lonzo, Wiggins, Levine, and Cat would be.
Aren't they supposed to do a coin toss between Minnesota and New York? Or are they already?
They already did. Okay. And Minnesota won.
Okay, because this one says tied still, so I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Man, so yeah, Mavericks most likely getting the 9th pick, which is
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I would prefer a top 5 pick in this draft, especially. But the fact that it is this draft,
it's either going to be a top 3 or number 9. There's no other way.
There's nothing else we can do.
So actually, 8 or something.
Or we could fall.
If New Orleans jumps us, then we can fall to 10. So
the
worst we could be is 10.
I
would cry if we moved backwards.
Yeah, it's funny, 9th, according to this thing we're looking at, basically is the most likely, within reason, to stay in their spot.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's funny.
Probably going to be 9, which is okay. So, looking at Frank.
Maybe 8.
Nick Link.
Frank.
We still cannot pronounce your name.
Yeah. We'll come up with a
name.
name.
It starts with an NT. And that's
yeah,
all
but
I know.
I don't know which one you pronounce, and that's the problem.
We can go to Basketball Reference and find that out now.
I don't think you can. I don't think
Will
they
it
know.
say their name?
But yeah, so Frank is an option. Laurie Markkanen. Dennis Smith Jr. for some reason is dropping in a lot of mocks.
I would.
I don't think they would have him.
I would so take him up.
So there's going to be options. I don't want Laurie Markkanen. I really want us to get the point guard of the future in this draft. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to find out. For the first time in my life, I am. I'm having to watch the lottery.
We actually be interested in it.
And actually be interested.
You know what's very strange is me and Blake legitimately don't know the Mavericks without Dirk. He's been on the team our whole life.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, neither does Shiloh.
Shiloh does. Yeah, I mean, you were a baby when he was.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh,
you were alive. We weren't alive when Dirk wasn't on the Mavericks.
The 3J's days.
Yeah.
And I've been watching since I could talk and walk.
Oh yeah.
So for the last 16, 17 years, I've been watching the Mavs.
Yep. So Frank's last name.
This is coming to an end next year.
Yep.
That's gonna be weird.
I will cry. I will.
I probably will.
I will legit cry. I will be up on the top of the rafters crying.
The very top.
The very top.
So Frank's last name is pronounced Ntilikina. That is not even close.
I did not guess that at all.
I don't like saying it.
Ntilikina. I like it the other way. Ntilikina.
That's almost as many syllables. Yes, I have to do the clap thing. That's almost as many syllables as Antetokounmpo. And that's so fun to say.
Ntilikina. I like that better.
There's too many E's.
Ntilikina. Neely
I feel like, especially with Carlisle, he'll be a player that 2 or 3 years from now could be good.
Honestly, I feel like if it's down to Frank Ntilikina and Dennis Smith Jr., I feel like they'll go Dennis Smith Jr., which I'm absolutely okay with.
I feel like they'd go Frank.
I feel like they go Frank, or not Frank, Dennis, because he's more of a scorer. And
we have a past of...
We have a lot of scorers there. We have Harrison.
Right now.
Curry.
This is a pick for the future.
Frank's from France, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes?
He played in
Belgium,
Belgium,
French fry.
Strasbourg. I don't know.
Man, so...
I mean, Mavs might go foreign just because that's what they do.
So back to the, I talked about this last podcast, and I still love the idea of the Celtics trading down and taking Harry Giles. Just because, if...
Wait, Celtics?
Yeah. Trading down and taking Harry
I
Giles.
thought you said Bucks.
I said Celtics.
You said Bucks last time.
Oh, well, I meant Bucks.
Well, whatever.
I meant...
What are you... Okay,
the
start
Bucks
over.
should...
Okay. That was...
Well,
the Bucks should take...
Well, Celtics even trade down and take him.
Right where they're at, the Bucks, they could draft Giles there.
Yeah, it
wouldn't be a
it
crazy
was the Bucks.
reach.
I mean, the Celtics too. But
You just want somebody to draft Giles.
I hate Giles. I want nothing to do with him.
You want someone to draft him, clearly.
But, no, I think it's a good. It's a good idea because
for a competitive team,
the draft is a crapshoot. Only a competitive team though. The draft is a crapshoot, especially
the ultimate crapshoot.
Yeah, especially after a certain point, and
one.
I think
after the first pick, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, and then the Celtics need rebounding. If Harry Giles can become the player he's supposed to be a solid rebounder. Bucks need a big man that's not awful.
Don.
Okay.
Yes.
He's probably
Thon
58
Maker.
years old. I think it'd be an interesting thing to see. Because, I mean, like I said last time, you either get a great player or you get literally nothing. So, I mean, that's what the lottery is anyway. So, I mean, why not go for the Jalen Smith
especially
of the NBA.
Where, the Bucks are going to be picking in the late round. You could try to get, your 3-and-D player late right there. Or you could just take a risk and try to find, a young center like a Patton or... who's the guy from Texas? Jared Allen?
Yeah, Jared Allen.
They could try that. I don't know.
Jared Allen's that dude.
It's a swing or miss late in the first, but if you can find someone, that'll just accelerate your franchise even faster.
Yeah,
the Bucks are on a crazy trajectory.
Because you're not, if you draft Harry Giles, for example, you're not getting him that first year. I think it's safe to say.
I mean, he'll play, but he's he's a D-League player his first year.
Harry Giles.
Oh, there you go.
So he really is the Jalen Smith of this draft in a different sport, obviously. But I mean, I want nothing to do with him. But if I'm a competitive team, I would take the risk.
Yeah.
Not at number one as the Celtics, obviously, but if they're wanting to, trade down with trade down with the Pistons and get something crazy, get Drummond, and then get Drummond and then Giles to maybe have a 4 and a 5 that are right there
for the Celtics.
Yeah,
yeah, that would.
Celtics need rebounding. So
when are these super teams gonna become not much of a thing anymore? Because I agree, it looks like parity is gonna be a thing again very soon, but the Celtics, I mean, you need to be a super team right now to win, because you're not going to beat the Cavs without a super team. You're not going to beat the Warriors. Maybe with a super team, you might not beat the Warriors.
Really, the next big round of free agency. So I think KD and Steph are going to re-sign, but there's no way they're going to be able to re-sign Clay and Draymond
you don't
after
think they'll
that.
take less money?
No.
I think they will.
No. Yeah, they will.
I think they'll be about another 3 or 4 years of these.
I think super teams are always going to be a thing, regardless. The Bucks are low key getting a
not
super
to
team.
this extent though.
I think what we define as a super team might need to be rechanged. The Warriors are a super team.
Super.
Cavs aren't a super team like the Warriors, but the Cavs are a super team.
What we think about a super team might need to be rechanged though, because there's just so much talent in the NBA now. Is just having John Wall, Bradley Beal, and say if they were to get I don't know, Jabari Parker, does that make them a super team?
Right. Okay.
I say no.
5 years ago, absolutely. Right now, no.
Because there's just so much talent in the NBA now. Unless you have, 2 of the top 10 players, like Wade and LeBron back in the day, or KD and Steph now. Those are super teams. But just the way it's working now, every team's gonna have an A-list star and a B-list star, and that's just something we have to get used to.
Well, saying A-list star and a B-list star, that's been a thing the entire history of the NBA. Not to this extent.
Yeah.
But every team except the Pistons and the Mavericks have had multiple All-Stars on the team if they win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And so like
Pistons
didn't have any.
when
03, right? They didn't have any All-Stars when they won. Is that correct?
there were 4 All-Stars.
Well, they weren't All-Stars yet.
Well, 3 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, the next year they were 4
Yeah.
All-Stars.
So like
No Hall of Famers though.
still
They're Hall of Famer.
I wouldn't put any of
Billups.
those guys in Hall of Famer.
Bill-
Hall of Fame.
Tayshaun.
Billups is gonna be Hall of Famer.
Phillips is not a Hall of
Ben
Famer.
might just because he got like 4 Defensive Player of the Year or something.
Is that the shortest like greatness?
He was only 6'9".
No, not
The
shortest height.
shortest-
Oh.
Shortest like he was really good for a short amount of time.
Oh.
Maybe Derrick Rose is shorter
Derrick
amount of
Or
time.
Bill Walton.
Oh yeah. Bill
I
Walton.
mean,
he had like
He
5
was
years.
great.
of
he was pretty good still after when he was healthy.
Hey, he won 6th Man of the Year.
Yeah.
So
Man. So yeah, I think you always need a 1 and 2 option unless your one option is just
I think nowadays you have to have
I'm just
really
the,
good
the,
third option.
The second option is better now than what the second options were like 10, 15 years ago.
So what I think we're gonna see, and I hope to see, is like the the parity and competitiveness you had like kind of in the earliest 2000s. I mean, you had your good teams, but
The 2000s had no parity. Like the
Yeah.
70s was the era of parity.
I mean, I don't mean like I don't know how to word this.
Oh,
Like
do you
Kobe
mean like
Shaq,
do you mean
like-
like mid to late 2000s?
Yeah.
Like with the Suns, Spurs,
Yes.
Mavs,
Yeah.
Celtics, Pistons,
Because you're like,
Cavs,
were you genuinely like,
Magic.
you genuinely didn't
Well,
know
the
what
West
going to
was,
be.
yeah. The West was definitely.
The
The
East-
East was like
the East had-
Pistons or somebody else.
Pistons, Celtics,
Because
Cavs,
Pistons went
That's the
two
thing, though.
straight
You can still
Eastern
say or
Finals.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Now you're like, it's the Cavs and the Warriors, and this team's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be genuinely like you don't know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that because if you just look at just the way every roster's built, like I was thinking about it the other day. Who's gonna make the playoffs next year in the West? I don't know. Every team besides like the Lakers and the I'd have to look at it, but like
Suns.
I say even the
Even
Suns
the Suns
have a
depending
chance.
on
Like
their draft.
every team in the West, really besides the Lakers, has like
good.
Lakers could too. Every team has like a legitimate chance to make at least the 8th seed.
Pelicans. I don't know if that.
They should though.
I don't know if that
They should.
experiment's gonna work out with.
Like with
Anthony
with
Davis.
AD and Cousins, there's no reason you shouldn't be an 8th
I
seed.
agree, but
Yeah.
judging off of this year, which is a little unfair
should.
because you have to have time to mesh, which they did, but I think if you're gonna say any team doesn't, it'd probably be them, which sounds ridiculous with their team, but
So, yeah, I say like right now we have like low end parity,
I mean, it's kind of like the what was it, Lakers, Celtics.
but there's no
80s
championship
things.
parity yet.
yeah, championship parity is gonna because like even this year there was like a tease of parity, but again you knew
Yeah.
who was ultimately going to be in the finals.
I think we'll see it again though.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I, for one, think super teams kind of kill the NBA. Not profit-wise, obviously, but from an entertainment perspective. This year,
From like an
What's-
NBA historian's perspective,
self-appointed.
self-appointed NBA historian, I love it so much because like I just love
Super
reading about
teams?
like the 60s, the 60s Celtics, the 80s like Lakers Celtics.
Like, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't interesting, but I love parody. Like, it's just
Yeah.
more fun to me. Like,
Parody's more fun now, but like 10 years from now, like the storylines that we're gonna
Yeah,
remember
I can
are
agree
like the
with that. I can
Warriors
agree
and the
with
Cavs. You're not gonna
Yeah.
remember the 2014 Spurs
Or the Raptors.
or the Raptors. Yeah,
well, no, you're not gonna.
No.
You only thing you remember about the Raptors, you'll be like, remember when the Raptors were really good for a little bit?
and I'd be like, really good.
Remember Drake was at their games? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
for like 5 months, and then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with LeBron instead.
Yeah, then Drake was like, I'm gonna catch a plane ride with the Warriors.
Oh yeah, and the time change.
The time
It's
zones.
stood still.
That did not happen. So, going from one draft to another draft, NFL draft was 2 weeks ago at this point, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd y'all feel about that?
First pick, my instant reaction was, I don't like this. This was stupid.
For the Cowboys.
For the Cowboys, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, for the Cowboys. Cowboys drafted
Oh.
Taco Charlton, number 28 overall in the first round. Out of Michigan, he's a huge dude. But, like, he didn't test that well at the Combine, which Combine is crap. Like,
Overrated.
for
Yeah.
for the first round players, it's overrated. I mean, it can move you 1 or 2 spots, but really what the Combine is for is those small school guys. And even then, you're gonna get more to the pro day. And even then, like your pro day, like it's really for small school guys in the in the scheme of things. But like again, like I was saying, the first pick when I saw it, Taco Charlton, I was really hoping for T.J. Watt. And what the Cowboys needed, we talked about last time, was edge rushers and defensive backs, and I was really wanting T.J. Watt, who's an outside linebacker, really, but he can play end. But yeah, my initial reaction was I hate this. But it's kind of grown on me. I'm okay with it. But the rest of the draft, I loved. That was a very long-winded explanation for saying the first pick I was okay on, and the rest of it I loved. So
yeah, I'm kind of in the same spot. I think just the way we drafted, I believe, made the most sense because Taco is the most likely to be a day one starter on the line.
Most likely to be a day one starter on the line or in general?
I think just in general, maybe. Oh yeah, so Kevin King.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
So, but just what I meant to say was the combination of drafting a defensive end and a cornerback. That was the best that we could come up with.
Yeah. In that order.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So that makes sense. Taco, I don't think he's gonna do much. Just the way we run with our defensive line, he may start, but he's a rotation player.
People didn't really like him when we drafted him.
I didn't hate him.
I didn't think he was one of the choices.
If he gets 6 sacks, I'll be fine. Yeah.
I said I hated it earlier. I didn't hate it. I wasn't this is stupid. This is dumb. I was just kind of is that really what we're gonna go with?
Yeah.
But I'm always, especially with Will McClay, who is an OG when it comes to the draft, came over from the Dallas Desperados when they were still a thing.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Are they not a thing anymore?
I don't know what they are anymore, but I don't think they're Dallas Desperados.
They might not be. That's right.
But he's our head of player personnel or something like that. He kills the drafts, and so I'm okay. I'm always hopefully optimistic.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a GM position somewhere else.
He got offered one last year. I don't remember who it was from, but he was no, I'm gonna stay here, which is fantastic.
Yeah, really.
So just to run through the draft real quick, if that's cool. Number 28 overall, we've got Taco Charlton, who's a defensive end. Chidobe Awuzie, which is so fun to say.
I love this man.
Corner, 60
That's a
overall.
Cheeto person?
Yeah,
Cheeto.
Okay. His name's Cheeto. Jordan Lewis, cornerback, 92 overall in the third round. Michigan. Ryan Switzer, number 133 overall, fourth round receiver.
I saw a tweet. It was sub Beasley out. We got Switzer in. It was
it's
in and out. It's the same thing basically.
Yeah. Xavier Woods, safety, 191st overall, Louisiana Tech.
Possibly a steal.
Guy I forget about every time. Marquez White, 6th round cornerback out of Florida State.
Gave up 2 touchdowns in his career.
I love how we just went defense.
I do.
Defense.
He's a developmental guy. We'll talk about some of these guys more in depth in a minute. Joey Ivy, defensive tackle out of Florida, probably not making the team. Noah Brown, receiver out of Ohio State, interesting guy. Another guy that won't make the team, Jordan Carroll, defensive tackle out of Colorado. So that's the picks. So just hearing those. Who was y'all's favorite that you know about? If you had to pick.
For me, just on tape, I just like watching Chidobe Awuzie play.
Fun.
A corner who has 8 career sacks.
Yeah.
A few takeaways. Big tackler.
He has great closing speed.
Yeah. He's just a physical monster. He's maybe our most physically imposing corner.
Yeah.
Already, day one.
Which is crazy because, Skendrick's pretty physically
Yeah.
He's pretty.
Skendrick doesn't have the size though, or just.
But I agree with you. Coming in, he's probably that dude.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I want to say he's
big physical corner that's going to be able to line up outside against.
Yeah, he's 6 foot 200 pounds, which is big for a corner.
Yeah.
So he could. Do you play him at corner or safety?
Oh, I say corner. Do
you say corner because of a pick later on in the draft?
I say corner just because I feel just the way the Cowboys use safeties.
Yeah.
That the corners. I'd rather have our talent, probably one of our most talented guys out there.
Yeah, I agree.
On the island.
I play him at corner and you play him outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my favorite is Xavier Woods in the 6th round safety, day one starter.
Really. You put him over Jeff Heath?
Easily. This dude had 3rd and 4th round grades from people.
Yeah.
He is the
Why did he fall?
No one knows. He's the Anthony Brown of this draft. Anthony Brown was the same way.
He did come from a small school, Louisiana Tech.
Anthony Brown also had 3rd or 4th round grades last year and fell to the 6th round. And so this dude, we traded up with the Patriots. We gave up, I think, just our 5th round
next
pick.
year's 5th round pick, which we might get back because of compensatory picks.
Because we lost so many players this year that we'll get compensatory picks. And this dude, I'm so excited about him. He's gonna ball out, I think. So yeah, do you have a?
I like how we went defense first of all because our defense is tripping, and we lost people, so it's gonna be extra tripping. But we drafted a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I also love how we got 2 receivers, Switzer and Brown, because with Dak and all, everybody's gonna be like, oh, a sophomore slump when he like misses a pass. It's gonna be so much pressure.
Pressure's gonna be so intense.
And so it's like, it gives him a couple more weapons because now people have tape and everything, so they know now what to do a little bit. But now it's like Switzer, Brown. I don't know how if Brown's gonna be playing much. I don't know, but Switzer definitely.
Yeah.
But it just gives more weapons. More fun for Dak.
Cole Beasley's nickname is I don't know if it's a nickname or if it's just a thing he says. He's always sauce and too much sauce. So now we have Taco, we have Cheeto, and we have sauce and extra sauce, which I'm naming Ryan Switzer. So we just have an entire taco bar.
I was thinking about naming Switzer like some sort of other sauce, like Tapatio or Tabasco or
Polynesian
Cholula
sauce.
Polynesian. Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah.
Honey mustard.
Yeah, man.
Honey. I like honey mustard.
Yeah. Oh, honey mustard. Ooh,
honey mustard.
It's sweet.
Because you got sauce.
Honey mustard.
You can't just. That's some
sweet and sour.
Sauce and honey mustard. I like it.
Sauce and honey mustard, and together they're sweet and sour. Good job, guys. I'm proud of us, even though I had no part in those nicknames. But yeah, this draft we were supposed to have. We came out with 9 picks, which is 2 more than we had originally, which that in itself is good. But
how did we get the random 6th round, 7th round picks?
We traded our 7th round pick down.
Oh, okay.
And the pick we
Didn't
got.
we have 3 7th round picks? Or just 2?
We had 3 to finish with.
Yeah.
We had 2 originally. Because we traded down.
What I like the most about this draft is just as the training camp battles it's going to create.
Ooh, yeah.
It's going to be so much fun going and watching these people compete for these spots.
Which we're going to do.
We are going to
half OTAs will be in Oxnard, which me and Shiloh got to see last year, which I enjoyed so much. And Frisco, half will be in Oxnard, half will be in Frisco at the Star. And we'll definitely be going to the Star at least once.
Twice a day.
Yeah, twice a day.
Twice a day. We're going to be at the 2-a-days.
It's going to be seeing how Anthony Brown does in his second year, seeing if that was just a 1-year thing, Chidobe Awuzie, and if the battle I think the battle between Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods, it's gonna be crazy. And Noah Brown,
I think
his stats weren't great
at all.
But
what is it? 33 total catches, 8 total touchdowns.
He had 4 of his 7 career touchdowns in 1.
Was that 4 years or 3 years? I think it was 4.
4. 1 year he had a leg injury, so
he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Which I guess he didn't get an injury redshirt, which kind of sucks for him. But he, don't get ahead of me when I say this, he looks like Des Bryant. Not in the face, but just the way he plays.
Not the face.
Not the face. He doesn't literally look like Des Bryant.
He's got the physical traits of Des.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I'll look it up real quick.
And with Bryce Butler only having a 1-year contract, I think this is basically Bryce saying, hey, you have to earn your roster spot this year. And because Noah Brown can go in, he can block.
Mm-hmm. He's a great blocker.
Yeah,
he is literally the exact same height and weight as Des Bryant.
Wow, literally.
He's 2 pounds heavier.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, like Blake was saying, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's good.
He's going to challenge Bryce Butler, which is what you want that in camp. You don't want everyone comfortable. You want people pushing themselves to get better, which is why.
And I think Bryce is a super talented receiver.
He's I think he's 6'4" and 4'4", 4'3" in the comp. He's
this should only be good for Bryce. Bryce should be able to Bryce should beat out Noah Brown. Noah Brown should be a practice squad player, which I don't want to put him on the practice squad.
He'll be stolen.
He will be stolen.
And if he does beat out Bryce Butler, it sucks for Bryce, but he'll catch on somewhere. 100% believe that. And then it's good for the Cowboys because
we got the better player.
We got the better player, so it's. And for the Cowboys, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Unless, obviously, both could be terrible.
Switzer and Lucky Whitehead, they'll be battling out for that second slot receiver position and return guy.
Oh, poor Lucky. Does Lucky have any chance?
Yeah.
He has to work his butt off.
Yeah, his name's Lucky.
Yeah, he's hot.
I do like Lucky. I remember in Romo's farewell, he somewhere Romo was and he was Lucky, you're gonna be a great player one day. I was oh.
That's pretty big.
Makes me happy.
So, what is your favorite competition
corner?
Competition battle
corner, because Anthony Brown coming back, he should be one of the starting outside corners. Then
I was watching
Chidobe Awuzie, also outside. We got Nolan Carroll from the Eagles.
I forgot about that.
I really just want to cut him. I don't want to think about
him. It's a lot of money to cut, though.
Not cut, like physically. Like
I want to just when we go to the Star, just
like rip up his contract, kind of cut.
See how Marquez White does.
Marquez White, I don't want to get rid of him because I think he has potential.
He'll just be a developmental guy. He has the the intangibles you like to see, but realistically, he'll never be great. You want him to be a good rotation piece. Yeah. Like if you remember from a few years ago, Sterling Moore.
Oh yeah,
he's like
Sterling
a little
Moore.
bit bigger of a Sterling Moore.
He's
pretty good now. Like I think he's on the Bucks, right, or Saints, one of the two.
I was gonna say Saints, but yeah.
Yeah, he could be. He's bigger than him, but he could be a Sterling Moore type of guy.
And then slot corner, we have Orlando and Jordan Lewis now. Jordan Lewis just has like some stickum powers to him because he just stays right on receivers' hips. I've like never seen someone that stay that close to someone in coverage. 33
pass breakups in his career, which is I think second or third in Michigan history. 33 pass breakups is a lot. Like usually you get, this is off the top of my head, I could be completely wrong.
Like six
a year. And 12 would be a lot of pass breakups in a year. And like, man, like I was watching film on Anthony Brown last year, and he's great at that.
Yeah.
So if we have him doing that, and Chidobe is the player he's supposed to be, and then Jordan Lewis.
Lewis had the game-winning pass breakup against Wisconsin, I think. Earlier.
Yeah, he did. And then he had that stupid interception when he's like falling backwards with one hand. That was insane. I mean, like you
had that sound effect. That doesn't happen when you catch a football.
Usually, if it does, something's bad. Like this, you have to be optimistic about this team. Like unless you're just pessimistic and like I wanted this player and we didn't get him, so I'm angry. Which you're gonna see that obviously.
It was just like reassuring, like because once we lost, I was thinking, oh yeah, we'll bring back one of either Carr or Claiborne. Yeah. We'll bring back one of either Wilcox or Church. But it was like these players, as much as I love them, like for almost just fanboy reasons, they didn't create turnovers. They weren't making that big of a difference. So
we lost like 40-something% of our defensive snaps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is insane.
We replaced them with guys who, at least in college, for the most part, like Xavier Woods has so many like interceptions in his career. Jordan Lewis, 33 pass breakups. Chidobe Awuzie, he's created some turnovers. So
I will say this though quickly is like, don't expect this draft to be better than last draft.
No,
don't expect any draft ever again to be last year's draft because there's going to be people like, regardless of how good this class is, they're gonna be like, well, it could have been that class. It's like that class isn't.
I like what Jerry Jones says. He's like, we kind of think of them in the same way, but they're like the same draft class. I'm like, Jerry, that's not how this works.
Yeah. Tell Shiloh that with those 2013 and 2014 draft classes.
Me and Shiloh can agree on that.
2014-15 draft classes.
Why does it not work? Why does it work then? But anyway, whatever. That's
unimportant. But yeah, because if you think about it, like 2014, we brought in our starting quarterback for the next 10 years, hopefully. Starting running back for the next 10 years, hopefully. I say hopefully because I don't even want to.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. But, we have, Jalen Smith.
Who could be, if he lives up to the player, he was supposed to be a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
He was called a generational linebacker, which is what Ray Lewis was.
I can't believe he fell that bad. Like in the second round.
The reason he did, he should have fallen far further.
He had a drop foot for the longest time, until like a month ago.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, drop foot is when you can't lift your toes or something like that. You can lift your foot, but
like it's almost like he doesn't know his foot's there. He can't feel it. So which means like imagine cutting on that, like changing directions.
It would be hard. Yeah. Like I want to say 2 or 3 months ago he started moving his toes, which is huge. Like the reason he fell so far is because he may have never played again. Yeah. And he still might not play again. I mean, you're hopeful, and from what you're hearing from Dr. Jerry, which is never.
Jerry Jones putting on his lab coat.
He's like, that's a foot.
That's a foot, and he's wiggling his toes. He's a football player.
So yeah, like if he becomes a player he's supposed to be, you got like that dude is a monster in college.
Yeah, and then we picked up Anthony Brown in the 6th round, who's like going to be a starting corner for us hopefully for a while.
Which is crazy.
Malik Collins, who's going to be a starting D tackle for us for a while. And then this draft we picked up like 4 other starters on defense potentially.
Taco Charlton, which is crazy. Is like out of the first 6 picks. Yeah, 6 picks. Yeah, he could be the worst player. out of the first
You don't
6
have
picks.
to.
Interesting.
No, like
Yeah, he could make the least amount of difference.
yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean like
I don't know. He's gonna be a rotation guy,
Yeah.
and as long as DeMarcus Lawrence and David Irving keep improving,
like Taco Charlton. Realistically, I'm projecting it's 4 or 5 sacks this year, and it probably won't improve.
as
much
long as he does not get suspended for weed, he will be my favorite defensive lineman we've taken in the last 3
if he
years.
does, we just can never draft defensive ends again.
Honestly, if he gets suspended for marijuana, yeah, I just don't ever want to pick another defensive lineman again.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like these players will be good because you don't know. You just
Oh no, yeah, you don't know at all.
this could be the worst draft class we've ever had for all we know. Like
The best one last year, worst one this year.
I mean would make sense. But yeah, like I'm incredibly optimistic about OTA. Like I texted in our group chat we have about a week ago. I was like, I'm excited for OTAs, and Shiloh was just like, no.
Wait.
We can't talk about that.
Wait
yet.
till basketball ends.
Like it's and like man, what? Oh, and like Blake mentioned to me before we started this episode is this guy who Blake was like, you gotta look up this linebacker that we signed. He's undrafted out of Wyoming. He's like crazy athlete, and I was like, okay, whatever. Because I mean, Blake gets excited about players sometimes. I do as well, obviously. I look him up and like he didn't go to the combine. He wasn't invited. He at his pro day. He would have been like probably like a top 4 overall linebacker in the combine.
Second fastest linebacker in the 40, top 6 in
basically everything else.
Yeah.
Like top 6 in bench, top 6 in three cone.
shuffles,
Yeah. Like we watched some highlights of him, and of course they're highlights. That's exactly what they're going to be, is highlights. He looks like Sean Lee, like he reads the defense very well, and he great closing speed, which I've been
potential to be a special team superstar.
Yeah, he's going to be our Andrew Gatchkar. We're like, he's on the team, and we're like, this guy could be good in the future, maybe. Just all these things, and like, yeah, this is a fun draft class. And Shiloh, what do you think about this?
What?
The Cowboys signed a dude out of Arkansas. He's an offensive tackle. He's 309 pounds, which is pretty normal, and he's 6'10".
Wow.
Your average tackle is like 6'5", 6'6".
That is interesting.
Dan Skipper out of Arkansas, 6'10".
I've watched him.
I'm down.
I've watched him play. He is quite large. He is all
Wait,
6'10".
undrafted?
Yep, undrafted.
He's
Wow.
pretty.
Hey, we
he
have
was
good
pretty,
luck
He was
with
pretty
undrafted
good too in
players.
Arkansas. Arkansas had a really good run game, like for his years there while he was a starter. And this year they were really good, like just complete offensive team. I don't know how well he was like individually, but Arkansas was a very good offensive team.
His tallness could make up for his skills. I don't know. It could.
He's just
It could.
intimidating.
Probably got
Yeah.
long arms.
Yes, probably.
If he doesn't, that'd be weird. What if he had like a
That's-
6'4" wingspan?
Cut him.
Which would be really good actually. If he was a center, you want your center to have
yeah.
short arms. But
Dan Skipper.
yeah, Dan Skipper.
Dan Skipper.
Possible future right tackle.
That'd be insane.
I would love that.
I wouldn't,
Why?
because then that means Lyle Collins wasn't good.
No, that means Lyle Collins can go back to left guard.
But then that means Chaz Green wasn't good.
Well, I don't care.
Or Jonathan Cooper. Well, yeah, me neither. Actually.
You don't care.
So yeah, man, NFL draft.
It's
Fun times.
Fun. Very fun.
So super early predictions. Who's the Super Bowl winner next year?
Oh, why would you?
Oh
do
my.
that?
Do it.
Cowboys.
Cowboys,
Okay.
yeah.
My
Easy.
same prediction that I've had for the past.
Cowboys, Patriots.
19 years.
Yeah, Cowboys, and the MVP is Sean Lee.
Oh,
No.
defensive
No,
MVP.
no.
That's a linebacker. That's impressive.
I love Sean Lee. He is like maybe my favorite Cowboy.
Ever?
Wow.
Well,
Or currently?
Currently.
Dak?
I just have so much value. So,
Oh, I
so
love
much
Sean Lee.
sentimental value.
I have a
for-
Sean Lee jersey.
Do you?
He's the only current player
Really?
I have a jersey of.
Huh.
I have 2 Cowboys jerseys. I have Sean Lee and the great talent that played very long in the NFL, whose name is Miles Austin.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's.
He was the man for like a year and
He
a half.
was.
He's
the
like
man.
seventh. He's seventh in the Cowboys' history in receptions or touchdowns.
Is that good or bad? Because we've had good receivers, but if he's 7,
He had a really, really good year.
He
like
had
one, like
3 years.
like a 1.5 year.
he
where
had a
went
great
crazy.
year and a half, and then
Yeah.
like a few like that were pretty good. I remember.
Remember when Roy Williams was our number 2 receiver?
I thought you meant
Oh,
the
yeah.
safety. I was like, I love Roy Williams. Watch your mouth. We traded so much for
Patrick
Roy Williams.
Creighton.
Oh my
He was
great.
Patrick Creighton.
Patrick Creighton was fun.
Till late in his career.
Interesting.
He started dropping a lot of football.
2007 New York Giants divisional round playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Creighton.
Do you know the time it happened as well by chance?
It was around
like
5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we lost the game, and I cried.
Yeah, that was very sad.
I was young.
I remember he was on the Chargers for a while after we got him.
He was, and he was okay.
Yep. When does that happen?
Terrence Williams is going to be on the Chargers one day.
I remember I got in trouble.
No. Terrence Williams was my prediction. Like, I don't know why. All last year, I was like, he's going to go to the Vikings in free agency. I'm like, he's going to go there. Hang out with Terrence Newman.
Apparently there was no chance he was leaving us.
Yep. Which is okay.
He's a really good number 2.
I would like if he caught with the hands. I mean, he doesn't, but he's good.
Yeah, he can...
0 drops, which is weird.
What?
0 drops last year.
Wait, Terrence Williams?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound...
It doesn't sound right, but I looked at it because someone on Twitter a few weeks ago was like, "Oh, why do we?"
I don't know why that upsets me a little bit.
You should not. You should have at least 2 drops if you only catch with your body. Like, that's frustrating.
Wait. Terrence Williams, the guy that catches with his body, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have any drops.
Nope.
Guess not.
You're sticking along with us, great.
Wait, what? How does he not have
He's
drops?
the
I don't know.
most reliable catcher on the Cowboys.
We have Jason Witten and Cole Beasley and
according
Des Bryant.
According to this one stat, I can make this really outrageous comment.
How do you not drop passes when you catch with your body? That's crazy. Wait, did we get Appleby? Appleby, whatever. Florida quarterback?
Yeah.
Wow.
The third string quarterback.
Is it Appleby?
Do you know who that is?
No, I remember. Like, Florida was good this year. He led them.
Do you not know who that is?
Yeah.
No.
You're the college football guy among us.
I just know the quarterbacks and
Yeah.
skill people. That's the only reason.
I don't really watch much college football, actually.
Oh.
Until it's after the season. I'm like, who's a good player this year that I want?
Am I the college football guy among us?
I just watch.
Wow.
I'm the skill position college football guy.
Yeah. Shiloh,
I knew Dan
you will
Skipper.
never hear Shiloh like, there's just really good tackle for this team.
I was only interested in the draft. I didn't think I would be as interested because I didn't think there would be like that many skill positions taken in the top 12.
Oh my gosh.
3 top
That
quarterbacks.
was crazy.
Oh,
No,
you're very like
No,
that was very
because it wasn't supposed to happen that way.
yeah.
Like,
I thought so too. Was everybody just bluffing like on each other?
because John Ross.
I think it was what David talked about last time. How if one skill position goes off the board, everyone freaks out and they're like, "Oh gosh, we got to get the next guy."
Because like you see that every time an important position is picked, they fly off the board.
Like McCaffrey wouldn't have gone so soon.
McCaffrey
if Fournette
is
didn't go
interesting
early.
with the Panthers.
That's
interesting. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Panthers
I
are one
like
of those
it.
teams I just never have. I've never liked. I don't know why. I love.
even in the Jake Del Homie days.
I don't know why. I've never liked them, but
Del Homie?
I call him Del
Wow.
Homie. No, I call him Del Homie. Me and Del Homie go back.
But what was it? Trubisky went to the Bears, right?
Trubisky. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Trubisky, whatever.
Mitchell. You
I
call him what his mother calls him,
just think it's Jay Cutler Jr. in that situation
which is
because
bad.
he's an overhyped. He was an overhyped
not
quarterback,
Yeah.
right? He was
was.
overhyped, and he goes into the
None of these
Bears
quarterbacks
where
should have
Cutler
gone
is
first
kind of overhyped.
Wait, no, we have to talk about that. Actually, thank you.
What?
The Bears traded up one spot
Yeah.
to get Mitchell Trubisky, who would have been there at
Definitely.
3.
And John Lynch is
no doubt.
receiving all the glory
But
out of all the scouts.
but they gave up so many picks to move up one spot,
Yeah.
which that's a no-no. They have this draft chart thing that they look at where they match numbers. I don't know what it is, but there's no way that matched up. He would have been there at 3, and then John Lynch. Like at first, I was like, that was crazy. Like you did this, and then you got Reuben Foster later in the draft. But Reuben Foster is probably going to need another surgery.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
might
a
not
I'm not a
play.
big Reuben Foster guy. He's kind of undersized.
He's undersized. He might not be able to learn an NFL playbook.
He's an Alabama linebacker.
Yeah.
Which isn't a great
He's an Alabama player, which
yeah.
in the NFL.
But yeah, that was weird. I was actually watching it
he yelled at
during
a
my
nurse.
during one of my
Dude,
classes.
He yelled at a nurse at the combine. He got kicked
Really?
out.
Oh yeah, he yelled at a
Oh,
he yelled at a nurse.
poor nurse.
Poor nurse.
What were you saying, Joe?
But also Mahomes to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That is, I didn't
Very
think Mahomes
interesting.
was gonna get picked before Watson. That shocked me. But Mahomes to the Chiefs, it's like because they have Alex Smith. Mahomes, it's like heads tails coin flip.
If
They're complete opposite players.
yeah.
If you play Mahomes, you're screwing him up.
Yeah.
Like right away. Obviously, Thomas Lane
Yeah.
drive him in the first round and never play him ever. Wait 2 years. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like
And then Also, Watson to the Texans.
Wait,
that is
if you can wait a year to play him. None of these quarterbacks. They're gonna
play Watson.
I think you can play Watson just because you have the surrounding pieces where nothing's gonna go super terribly wrong.
And everybody's gonna fall in love with maybe it's gonna be Dak. It's like
he's not
rookie quarterback. Yeah.
Out of all of them, like Watson is the one.
Yeah, I like Watson. The best fit.
The one I'd be least comfortable playing right away is Trubisky.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Pat Mahomes, then Trubisky.
Because I feel like Trubisky the offense for the Chiefs. Okay. The offense for the Chiefs isn't great, but he has some weapons.
Do they still have Alshon?
Who?
Alshon Jeffrey.
The Chiefs have him?
The Bears.
The Bears.
Oh no, he's with the Eagles now.
That's right, he is. Because they got giant receivers now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the Eagles might be a problem.
But they have a quarterback that's kind of okay. Anyway, but the genuinely okay, not the thing they do. Like Trubisky, like I said it last time, none of these quarterbacks were first round talents, and if any of them were, it was Watson and a light talent. Like if you trade up to take, if I'm a Bears fan, I'm furious right now. Like none of their draft was very, was done very well. Like it's just like
and they were bad last year.
Yeah, they weren't good.
They're gonna be bad again.
They might be worse than the Browns.
Hopefully, there's probably gonna be a lot of Cleveland Browns jerseys in College Station again.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah,
again.
Yeah, that's right.
The second wave of Browns jerseys are gonna enter College Station. So it's pretty fun.
One of my favorite players in this draft was Jamal Adams, who was drafted by the Jets.
Oh, that was a steal at number 6, I think.
That was great, but how do you feel like in the second round they went and got another safety?
Well, I mean, there are 2 safety spots.
They're both strong safeties, I believe. But even if
I feel like Jamal Adams could play free.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Jamal could definitely play free. But even still,
and they drafted a safety pretty early, 2 years ago or 3.
Yeah, Gilchrist or something, who wound up being not good.
Yeah. So I mean, they're probably gonna cut him.
Do you?
But
is that a position you want to take 2 players at early on?
It's not what the Cowboys do. But the Cowboys secondary hasn't been the shining example.
Yeah, but the Jets was for a while. I mean, they're pretty good.
I'm kind of the opinion that same thing on defense as offense. You shore up the trenches first.
You build inside out.
They have a few pieces down low, on the defensive line. So I'm not a Jets. I don't know everything about them, but. So we'll wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just weird to me to do that, and
to address the same need twice that early. A little redundant.
Also, shout out to 3 of the top 6 picks from Dallas.
Yeah. Really?
DFW, yeah.
Myles Garrett, Arlington.
Oh yeah.
Solomon Thomas, Capel.
Yeah.
And then
you're
Jamal
setting yourself
Adams.
up for a lot by naming the school.
Jamal Adams, Hebron, whatever.
And there's another player drafted from Hebron later on in the draft.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, there was
and then
a
Mahomes
lot in the top 15 area.
Dallas, yeah. No, Mahomes is not from it.
Mahomes from Texas,
but whatever. But yeah, Myles Garrett, Arlington, that's crazy.
So
cool.
I think the weirdest pick to me was Corey Davis, the Titans, at 5. Because great player. I'm not saying the player was bad, but I saw him people were if he falls to the Cowboys, should they take him? And then he goes 5.
I knew he wasn't going to go to the Cowboys, but it's high, but I think he's the best receiver in the draft.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
So
what? Yeah.
I mean, go
and
Titans.
Woo.
Yeah.
And then Mike Williams. Charlie was saying, skill positions. It was skill positions until the 13th pick.
Yeah.
Really
Very surprising.
Yeah.
If you count quarterback as a skill position.
I had low expectations into this.
Do you count quarterback as a skill position?
Did you do the low expectations thing?
Did you just shout yourself out?
No.
Can you shout yourself out?
Okay,
listen to Low Expectations.
Also
on YouTube.
Low Expectations.
Link in the
SoundCloud, YouTube. Have fun with it. Also, Myles Garrett had a draft party in Arlington. I had a fling.
With Myles Garrett?
No. I had a fling my freshman year at college with this chick
last year
that went to, she was a senior in Mansfield. No, Arlington. Whatever. But she was at this draft party.
Really?
And I was kind of jealous.
I have a few friends from College
Station. Should have stuck with it.
I was jealous.
Hey, next year we might get invited. No, we're not.
We're not getting invited to that.
I mean, we played sports with him.
Yeah, I don't think he ever talked to me once. Armani Watts went to North Forney High School, which is where we went. Projected to go to the Cowboys, super early, obviously. Projected to go to the Cowboys in the first round next year. Good for him. It's great.
Yeah, shout out Armani.
Shout out Armani Watts. Shout out North Forney.
Yeah, he was a baller.
He was a good football player.
Good basketball player.
Yeah, good sportsman.
Good sportsman.
Sportsman.
So, Myles Garrett, when he was at that draft party, I'm guessing they told him beforehand they're drafting him because he took his shirt off and he had a tucked-in Cleveland Rocks shirt on and then Cleveland hat.
I feel like
if it didn't have that, I feel like they had backups because there were jerseys set up. I was watching this girl Snapchat and she was doing everything, and they had 10 jerseys.
Really?
For Titans and Jaguars. I was like, golly, I mean, he's going top 2 at least. But yeah, I was like,
you better go top 1
at least.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah,
I never thought I'd root for the Cleveland Browns or a Texas A&M player, but I'm doing both this year.
I was happy there was a lot of skill positions.
If you ever played Myles Garrett in pickup basketball, you would realize he is just a crazy athlete. He is really.
Do you have to play basketball against him to know that?
Agtown.
Well, that's the only way I could play against him. Is if I played football against him, I think I'd literally die.
We saw him at Fuego.
I
could have told you then he was an athlete.
Yeah, except his Pikachu hat.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
That
was cool.
Man.
So, yeah.
Dead air. That's good. Any other air, not hair.
Hair?
Anyone have
any final thoughts about the draft? We talked about it a lot.
We did.
I didn't expect that. I liked it.
Good. I'm proud.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Y'all just want to go into what's triggered us this last few weeks?
Hour 21.
I'd like to go.
Alright,
So,
you were ready.
I've been ready for a long time.
We've been going a while. So.
I don't know if
let's do this.
If y'all follow me on Twitter, I retweet all the Triggered podcasts.
I don't follow you.
Yeah,
What's your handle?
It's B Chancellor 97 or something.
B _ Chancellor.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't follow you either. What's your Twitter handle?
It's Shyfi _ SHIFI _
Okay, cool.
What's yours?
Yeah, what's yours?
Mine's David 30 Collins actually.
Really?
Why 30?
Why do you still have 30?
Because that was my football
jersey number. That's right.
Yeah.
We should follow each other, guys.
Yeah, we should.
Sweet.
Okay, what's Triggered?
Wait, don't we all have a shared Twitter account? Too?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Triggered Pod.
Yeah.
It's
Triggered Pod.
Triggered Pod.
They wouldn't let us put the whole Triggered podcast.
They're trying to keep us down.
But they won't let us keep us down. It's at the Triggered Pod.
Before we get into the Triggered thing, what was the last song you guys listened to?
What was the last song? Harry Styles. I don't know. It's weird.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
I did not expect to like it, but I kind of weirdly like it.
Weirdly.
What
does that mean?
It's kind of weird that I like it, because it's not I guess
can
not
like it.
my
It's okay.
type, but it's still it's interesting. It's just voice is rugged, blah. And then also Bryson Tiller came out with 3 singles. I like him. Can't wait for his album. And I've not listened to anything the last month except for Kendrick.
Really?
So that's all my music now. Okay.
So you listened to, what is it, total 24 songs last?
Before yesterday, I only listened to 12. How many songs on Kendrick's album? 12?
12.
Yeah, I only listened to 12 songs before today. So
That's
that was
good.
kind of refreshing. That might be why I like Harry Styles album, because it's new. Okay.
So yeah, the last song I listened to, let's see, it was favorite song, Chance the Rapper.
1 year anniversary
Today?
of Chance dropping
Coloring Book?
3. Yeah,
Can we
clap?
Yeah.
Standing ovation. No. It's
we're too tall for that.
It's to me, Coloring Book by Chance is top 5 album of the decade.
Really?
Bold.
So
I think I agree.
Wow, that is.
It's a fantastic album. This is gonna sound super
fun.
corny. It's a work of art. It's fun. It's a good album.
And it came out at the right time.
It's historic.
It came out in May, which is going into summer, and you want the jams. Yeah. It was the perfect time. If it was the winter, it'd be kind of weird. But yeah, May is the best time to release an album. It's great.
It's historic too.
Yeah, it's
just want to
first
iconic.
First independent album to win.
True.
Grammys. So.
All right. What's your last song?
Mine?
Yeah. Any
Let me
song?
see.
Any songs to shout out?
Turning Out by AJR was the last song I listened to.
What's with the Levi dude? I see you, cause like you're like my only friend. Oh, I did not listen to that last. Maybe I have. All my friends are dead. But hey, Austin Hawk has been very. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's the guy named Levi.
Sometimes I listen to spoken word because I'm a loser.
Levi the poet.
Yeah, he's a spoken word dude.
I see that every now and then. Like
I listen to spoken word when I'm in the shower because I'm a loser.
So many playlists.
I have 55 playlists.
That's so many.
But anyway, what I've been listening to almost exclusively has been Russ lately. Russ and Logic. They both came out with an album on the 5th, which to me that's the best music day in the year so far. It was May 5th because Logic's album Everybody came out, which is fantastic, kind of heavy stuff if you've listened to it. And then right after I listened to that, I was freaking out about that because I love Logic. And then I see Russ came out with an album in a week or so.
Shocking.
Yeah, a week or so before that, me and Shiloh were talking about it. We're like, why does Russ only have singles?
Russ bothers me so much. The last 3 months, because all these people like him. They went to his concert, cool. But I look him on Spotify, he has like 5 singles. I'm like, cool, but I want some like I don't want to go on like Mixtape Monkey or Dat Piff or I don't know.
Thank you for shouting out Mixtape Monkey.
I want
Dat Piff.
I want to look at Spotify and look at like what you got, and then
what you got,
Russ.
And then,
did you just call out Russ?
Yes.
Wait, didn't you call out Russell Westbrook last week? Or last time, and now you're calling out Russ, the music artist.
But
I need to find a Russ to call out.
I give him props for releasing this album, but then he puts all his other albums on there. His 4 past albums just happily, magically shows up. Like, you can't drop just like 5 albums on Spotify.
Oh, you
all
absolutely
at once.
can.
No, it's too overwhelming. I don't know where to start.
So it turns out Russ has 11 albums total.
Yeah, he shouts that
and
out.
I told Shiloh that.
Right?
Yeah, I told Shiloh that. And then he was like, I don't like that. I was like, wait. So you did like that he only had singles. Now you don't like that he has so many albums. But I get what he's saying
extremes. Now. I want middle.
That's not how it works. What is this gray area of music?
I need gray area. Just release an album a year. That's all I want. One album, one year.
What is that? Why is that a thing? Why you can only release one album a year?
Because that's what Drake does. And
no,
so that's
everybody does it. Logic has done that.
Yeah, Logic's released an album every year for 8 years, but like it's not like you have to only release one album.
Okay, once every 2 years. Okay.
No, whatever. I'm saying why can't you release 2 in 1?
2 in 1 year?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. That's a lot.
I think he makes music. What's so wrong with making music?
One album and a lot of features on other songs, I get that. But like 2, I don't know.
As long as the quality isn't watered down.
Yeah, because like I've skimmed through a lot of Russ's stuff, and like it's all pretty good. It's like none of it's like this song sucks.
Future releasing 2 in like the same week.
Yeah, like
that was interesting.
So that's interesting.
No, I said interesting as in like I've never seen that before.
I was
not because
I
didn't enjoy that.
Anyway, we just got upset.
Triggered.
We triggered, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Russ a lot. Like I just said, his album There's Really a Wolf.
There's Really a Wolf.
You think I would know that, but considering how much I've listened to it, it's really good. Like something like Shiloh enjoys a lot is like mixed styles in the album. Not mixed style. Yeah, mixed styles. You know, like a hype song and then a real serious song, which this has, I think 20 or I don't remember.
Low Expectations has too.
Yeah, Low Expectations.
Has
Really a Wolf. There's really it's a good album. I suggest it. And then another album to shout out just for funsies is Human Condition by John Bellinghausen.
Yeah, shouted that out.
Yeah,
all the time.
My number 1 album of last year.
Went to two of those concerts.
Is it weird that I kind of agree with Coloring Book maybe being one of the top 10 albums of the last 10 years?
That's true.
But Human Condition is my number 1 album of last year.
So wait, would Human Condition and Chance album be your top 5 of the decade?
If I'm biased, yeah. Wait, what decade?
I feel like if you thought of
this decade,
yes.
2010.
I feel like if you, what?
I meant to
say the 90s.
Why'd you say that so loud?
No, I meant to say what decade. I meant to say what decade are we what year are we starting the decade?
2011.
The year the decade started? What do you mean? When did we start the decade?
Oh my gosh!
Like, are we starting in like 2005 or 2003 or? Like,
No,
Wait, maybe that is a
stop.
legit question.
Yeah,
It's not.
Because a decade is 10 years.
Yes.
A decade could be 93.
No. Okay. No,
That's
it
why
actually
it's understood
it's-
to be like the 10s.
yes, that's true. I overwhelmed that. 2010 to 2019. 2010
Oh,
to 2019. Yeah, I thought too much.
We're gonna have to turn down the audio for this part so much.
2010 to 2019 is
Yeah.
I feel like if you thought long and hard about it, and had 2 more years,
If you thought long and hard and listened to more music.
two more years of
Wow,
of
there's
decade.
only 2 more years in
Yes.
this decade.
So like, I think there's going. I think like, I feel like you would think. I don't know. I feel like.
Do you just not want? Do you want to just tell you John Bellinghausen is on my top 10 of the decade?
No, 2 in 1 year is a lot for a decade.
It can happen.
Yeah, it could, but it can't.
No, you're not allowed to release.
But
2
true,
albums in 1 year.
2016 was a great part of the greatest music year of the decade. 2016
2016 was part of the greatest music year
of the decade.
Okay.
The best music year.
I don't know
of the
why
decade.
that threw me off so much.
But okay, so
I
yeah,
could buy that.
Yeah,
Buy
Is
that
that-
for $1.
I'd buy that for 50 cents.
Yeah.
that was super fun.
Have you answered this already?
For what?
Yeah, you have. I'm
What did we
sorry.
answer?
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying this. This is
So-
fun.
Okay.
We were gonna
I
talk about what
We got
triggered
So
us.
I have to talk about this real quick. Like,
Okay, you talk about it. We got.
this is what triggered me. I'll do that.
Okay,
It's
alright.
been, this has been triggering me since it came out. Shiloh will go one of 2 ways with it. Obviously, that's how opinions work. I hate mumble rap with a burning passion, and I hate this like new like, oh, it doesn't matter about the lyrics; it just matters about the beat. Like, what's just listen to like dubstep at that point or instrumentals. Like, what is the point of it then? It's like it annoys me so much.
But
I
dubstep
just
doesn't
say it,
have words most of the time.
But if the words don't matter and just the beat matters,
People made okay. I separate mumble rap with different from rap. Like Drake
as you should.
and Lil Uzi Vert are completely different categories.
I'm relieved
so
you know this.
I get mumble rap. It's all about turn up, party, blah blah blah. Nobody cares about the lyrics. If it's a dope beat and a dope like 1-line lyric, like all my friends are dead. If it's like mumble rap, yeah, it's just
See what? Okay, what?
18-year-olds these days.
Yeah, I mean, I get like have hype music. Obviously,
It's their fault.
I'm not saying this music is too
I'm
loud.
19, so I don't want to be like associated with that.
You have like two.
Wait,
like
y'all
I
are
have,
18, y'all are 19.
yeah, we're
I
not.
know.
No, sorry.
We
Okay,
have
go ahead.
like I have no problem with hype music. I love hype music, obviously, but like I hate that. I see it all the time now. People are saying about like you don't really do this, but I see it on like Twitter and like YouTube comments. But you should always read YouTube comments.
Yeah, you should.
It's like people are like about any song now. They're like, oh, the lyrics don't matter. It should be just about the beat. It's like
Yeah.
no, it should be like generally speaking, at least in my opinion, it should be about the lyrics first and the music. I mean, not if anything, it should be about like the equal, like a bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
But mumble rap, it's 80% beat, 20% lyrics.
which I hate.
It's just how it is.
But it's
how it is.
it's like,
would-
but they have the amount of lyrics as a normal song, but they don't make sense.
Yeah.
The only
It's just-
mumble rapper I can tolerate is Lil Yachty.
Yes.
It's because he's so happy.
Yes.
He's just happy.
Lil
and funny.
Yachty is amazing.
It takes two. Lil Yachty.
That song is not on Spotify anymore.
I know.
Why?
It really upset me because it like. I don't.
It was on my best songs of 2017.
Do y'all,
Yeah,
like,
there
do y'all
anymore.
like slowly realize when songs get taken off Spotify?
Yes.
Cause like you'll go back and look for it, and then you're like, whatever, I can't find it right now. And then you're like, find a playlist it was on, and then it skips over briefly, and you're like, wait,
Yeah. Like I
what
looked-
was that?
Yeah, it was on one of my playlists, and I was like, that I named the title of the playlist "Positivity Made Us Famous" in light of Lil Yachty, and nope,
It's not even like on there
nope,
anymore.
not even on there.
Like
Man,
not
it
even
upset me.
space.
You had that on your best songs of
Yes.
2017.
Yes.
Didn't that come out in like January?
Yes.
That was really early for that.
I mean, there's a lot of songs. On
I'll
this.
never forget the days.
38 songs.
I'm gonna skim through this
Oh,
really
gosh.
quick. I'm gonna skim through this.
Wait. First of all, also Jay-Z has removed all his songs from Spotify.
All of them?
Yes.
What about the ones with Kanye?
Okay.
The one
No,
with
actually,
Kanye.
Watch the Throne is still on there, but other than, yeah, this is kind of like
Skateboard P.
yeah.
Don't know what that is.
It's
Let's Go. That's a great song. Symphony by Clean Bandit. Don't know what that is.
Zara
Are you cool that I'm reading this, by the way? Because I'm gonna keep
Go
going.
ahead. Zara
No one
Larsson,
knows me.
best Swedish singer ever.
No one knows me like the piano. It's a good song.
Yes.
Really good
beautiful.
song. Calvin Harris song. Did not
Peekaboo.
expect that from you.
Yeah,
Peekaboo, Lil Yachty and
Peekaboo. Yes.
Shiny.
Lil Yachty's album comes out this month too.
Do you ever confuse yourself that you have DJ Khaled and just Khaled on there? Do you ever
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not know how to pronounce Khaled.
It's Khaled.
People say
Khaled.
no.
I think
people
it's
say
DJ
Khalid.
Khaled.
No, it's DJ Khaled.
I don't think
But
it is.
the other guy, people say like Khalid for him.
I think it's Khaled.
I say Khaled. I don't know who those other guys are.
There's a lot of Drake on here.
Yes.
A lot of Drake. Super Trapper by Future. I'm sure that's a great song.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's mumble rap.
sounds-
That's yes.
Location. Yeah.
Jump Out the Window. That's a good
Everybody,
song.
Logic.
Slippery. I hate Migos. Just want to put that on the record.
I don't like him either.
I
They're
said
straight.
that on Twitter once, and Shiloh called me racist.
Whatever. It was
So
fun.
that's a thing.
So
So
yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
on the
whatever.
note of Shiloh called me racist because I don't like Migos, I think that's. You got anything? What triggered you? Are you done?
I mean,
We done here?
like,
I just want to go back
Yeah.
to alright, so.
what's triggered
Oh
you?
yes.
My
we,
Yeah, we
we
got
cut you
very
off like 10
sidetracked.
minutes ago.
Yeah, that was about 15
That was super
minutes
fun,
ago.
though.
But, so,
That's
the
the
other
other
day I
things.
was watching, it was game 4, or game 3 of the Jazz Warriors series, and KD was finally back, and KD actually had a good game, like a great game.
Yes.
And it was like his first great game of the playoffs. And I got so mad because I was like, this is the second best player in the NBA, and he is so unimportant.
True.
Like the one
what he wanted.
the one difference
what
he
he wanted.
made
What he wanted.
the one difference he made in this playoffs was that instead of beating the Jazz 4-1, the Warriors swept them. I was like, has the NBA ever had a least important second best player in the league? No. And I was just I was so mad.
That's me all year.
Could you argue that Klay Thompson's a top 10 player?
Are you?
Could you argue it?
You
Yes.
could argue
Because of the
it, but
shooting
it'd be
threes and stuff.
dumb.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So
but-
then no, you couldn't argue it.
Well, yes, you
could argue,
You
make
say,
a point.
He's a great scorer. He's a defender.
one of
Yeah,
the
I'll
greatest
say that.
shooters
Could-
ever.
Could you make a point of it? Not
Yeah,
just argue it.
yeah.
Okay.
There's some people
That is ridiculous on one team.
yeah.
No, like look at the 3-point single season records, and it's like
Steph,
5
Steph,
of the
Clay,
top
Steph.
7 are like Clay, Steph, Clay, Steph, Clay, Steph. It's
Steph
well, of
Curry.
course it's Steph, Steph, Steph.
That's
and
just
Clay,
shooting threes,
and
though.
Steph.
I mean,
and
do we
Clay.
consider Ray Allen one of the best players ever?
He's one of the
Wait.
best players of the 2000s.
Well, we're talking about 3-point shooting. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about just that record
Oh, okay,
alone.
okay,
Having
I get you, I
that
get you.
back court, having
One
setting,
backcourt, yeah.
one backcourt, same prime. That's crazy. That's
It's from the dining table, the song you were talking about earlier.
from the dining table.
Harry Styles.
That's one of the songs.
Okay.
That's good.
Anyway,
Well,
all right. I think we'll wrap it up.
probably it for
Wait, I have
now.
one.
Oh,
sorry.
wait.
Also, wait. Okay.
All right, let's just
All right.
cut Shiloh off.
Well, yeah, my triggered moments. We had a lot of triggered
Was when
moments
you
the
guys
last
cut me
20
off.
minutes. The NBA awards. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Okay.
I share your triggeredness. Do you share it?
It
Breathe.
is June.
Breathe.
Okay. They've announced the awards in the past after the first round of the playoffs, which is perfect. This year, it's on June 26th, meaning it is after the NBA Finals, and it is after the NBA Draft. Nobody's gonna care.
Basically, the next season has already started.
Yes.
Like,
Why they're waiting?
Wait, it's
so
when?
It's June 26th, 4 days after the draft.
That's like 10 days from the Summer League, too.
Yeah,
next season has legitimately started by then.
yeah. Like I don't. I mean, of course I'll care a little bit, of course, but like
I would.
it's so stupid.
Do you like the idea of them having the award show?
Yeah, it's cute and all, but like maybe have it like the 3 days before the playoffs start. If they're gonna have an awards like that, like all special Oscar-y, like
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do. Only part I like about it is because Drake hosting, but that's whatever. But other than that, it's like
Yeah.
that's so
Because
weird.
you know who the finals
Who's going to
MVP
be the
is.
MVP? Like they're gonna have I just imagine it like Oscar style, like for the best MVP. Here are the nominations.
It's going to be the
Russell
ESPYs.
Westbrook.
But
It's so
it's
weird.
going to be the ESPYs, but it's probably slightly more or slightly less corny.
Yeah, it's like cool idea, but
Don't do it that late.
horrible timing.
Because the finals are over. You
Yeah.
know who the finals MVP is. Like, how often when the finals MVP is announced are you like, was he better than the MVP?
Yeah,
And that's the same.
It's
Like it's.
But people don't even show up. Like I don't know.
It's like 4 people in the crowd.
Like Steven Adams will take the award for Russell Westbrook's MVP. Like I don't know. It's like
oh man,
that would be
Russell doesn't even show up.
Yes,
that would be so Russell Westbrook
yes.
though.
So it's like it's so I don't know.
What if Kevin Durant shows up to take his award?
Might be. I don't know. I mean, so like they're not going to announce the Finals MVP that late. They're not. They're gonna have that.
Dude,
then.
right.
They might.
So Russell Westbrook in his speech to say, "KD, you're the real MVP."
That'd be super funny. I hope he like does one like
at least
super
some nod,
subtle insult,
shady nod,
just for fun.
What if you put sunglasses on and it nods?
That'd be a real shady nod. That would.
Well, with that shady nod being said, I think we'll wrap it up.
We covered a lot.
We covered a lot. This
went
by really fast too.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. Well,
what is that? It?
Yeah. Unless you got more.
Well, it's been fun. My name's been Shiloh Bellinghausen.
Blake.
What has y'all's names been?
Chancellor.
Blake. David.
I was gonna go under the table and leave, but
no, we can't do that. But until next time.
Thanks for watching and
thanks for watching.
Share it.
Do all that mess.
If it's on YouTube, comment.
Have fun.
Talk about it.
Clips.
Leave us questions
Follow us on social media.
If you want us to talk about something.
Yeah. Twitter us.
Twitter us.
So
please.
Yeah,
that
right. is it.
Yeah, me and Blake will keep talking while Charlotte goes.
I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna crop this. I think.
But
I mean, it's all good. I mean, I can keep talking if you find something funny.
I'm always talking.
We don't shut up. Actually,
No,
when this shuts off, we keep talking.
I will keep
like,
talking.
it's
No,
entirely
you're
not